If these two fighter jets ever go to war, the winner is not what you think. Because this is not just a battle of machines. It is a comparison of two completely different philosophies of modern warfare. On one side, the F-35 Lightning II from the United States. And on the other, China's J-20 Mighty Dragon. At first glance, both look like advanced stealth fighter jets. But in reality, they are built for completely different kinds of war. And that difference changes everything about how they operate, how they fight, and how they win. Smaller plane core mission, two different war ideas. The F-35 is built around one central concept: information dominance. It is not just an aircraft. It is a flying intelligence node inside a global battlefield network. Everything it does is connected to data systems. It links satellites, drones, naval fleets, ground radar, and command centers into a single live war picture. Now the J-20 follows a different philosophy: stealth penetration and long-range strike warfare. It is designed to slip through detection zones and strike high-value targets before the enemy can fully respond. So right from the beginning, they are not solving the same problem. One is built to control the battlefield. The other is built to break into it. Magnifying glass tilt-to-left sensor fusion versus target strike system. The F-35 uses advanced sensor fusion technology. It combines radar, infrared tracking, passive detection, electronic signals, and external battlefield data into one unified system. This means the pilot is not looking at separate sensors. He is looking at one complete digital battlefield brain. Enemy positions, missile threats, aircraft tracking, and movement prediction all appear instantly in real time. Now compare this with the J-20. The J-20 relies heavily on long-range radar systems and external targeting support. It is designed to detect targets from distance and engage quickly using beyond visual range missiles. It prioritizes strike opportunity over full battlefield awareness. So, F-35 equals multi-layer sensor fusion, total awareness. J-20 equals long-range detection plus strike focus. High-voltage speed of war, decision versus execution. In modern warfare, speed is not just about flying fast. It is about decision-making speed. The F-35 reduces reaction time by instantly processing battlefield data and distributing it across connected systems. That means one detection can trigger a coordinated response across multiple platforms at once. The J-20 focuses more on strike execution speed. Once it locks a target, it is designed to fire quickly and disengage before counter-detection or missile response. So, F-35 equals faster decision network. J-20 equals faster strike execution cycle. Both are fast, but they are fast in different dimensions of war. Satellite beyond visual range warfare. Modern air combat rarely happens visually anymore. Most engagements occur beyond visual range. Pilots may never see each other directly. Instead, radar data, satellite tracking, AWACS support, and electronic signals decide everything. Missiles are often fired based purely on data links and sensor fusion calculations. So the battlefield becomes invisible. This is where the F-35's network advantage becomes extremely powerful, and where the J-20's stealth advantage becomes extremely dangerous. Because one wins by seeing first, and the other wins by not being seen. Cross-sword survivability, two different strategies. Survivability is not just armor or speed anymore. It is intelligence. The F-35 is designed with stealth shaping, infrared suppression, electronic countermeasures, and deep network protection. It survives by knowing threats before they fully form. The J-20 is built for stealth penetration. It survives by avoiding detection long enough to strike first. So, F-35 equals awareness-based survival. J-20 equals stealth-based survival. Two completely different survival doctrines. Globe with Meridian's real war is system versus system. Now here is the most important truth. Modern air combat is no longer jet versus jet. That era is gone. Today, it is system versus system. Radar grids, satellites, electronic warfare systems, AI targeting engines, and communication networks all decide outcomes. Aircraft are only execution tools inside a much larger invisible system. And in that system, information wins wars. The first side to detect the enemy gains a massive advantage before the fight even starts. Not the fastest jet, not the strongest missile, but the side with better information flow. Collision real battle flow before contact. If a real conflict happens between F-35 and J-20, it will not start with visual contact. It will begin far earlier. Satellites will track movement patterns across regions. Radar systems will continuously scan airspace layers. Electronic warfare units will attempt to jam communication and confuse targeting systems. AI systems will calculate threat probability in milliseconds. And missile launches may happen purely based on sensor fusion data links. So by the time both aircraft come close enough to visually detect each other, the real battle may already be decided. That is modern air warfare. Invisible, fast, and completely data-driven. Satellite electronic warfare layer. There is another hidden battlefield most people ignore. Electronic warfare. The F-35 can detect enemy radar emissions, jam targeting signals, and reduce its visibility using advanced electronic countermeasures. It can also distort enemy perception of its exact location in real time. The J-20 is rapidly developing in this domain, supported by expanding radar networks, improved jamming capability, and evolving electronic warfare systems. So both aircraft are not just fighting physically. They are fighting in the electromagnetic spectrum, where detection, confusion, and signal control matter more than firepower. F-35 equals mature electronic integration. J-20 equals rapidly evolving capability. Brain future warfare shift, AI and autonomous networks. One more layer changes everything: artificial intelligence. In future warfare, fighter jets will no longer act as standalone units. They will function as nodes inside autonomous combat ecosystems. The F-35 is already designed for this shift. It can share real-time targeting data with drones, satellites, ships, and ground systems to build one unified battlefield brain. The J-20 is also moving in the same direction, integrating with expanding satellite constellations, radar chains, and AI-assisted command systems. In that future, the real question is not who has the better jet. It is who has the faster decision network. Because even a superior aircraft becomes limited if its system reacts slower than the opponent's ecosystem. Globe showing Europe-Africa deeper strategic layer, industry versus ecosystem power. There is another hidden layer most people miss. The F-35 is part of a multi-nation defense ecosystem. Its strength comes from interoperability between different countries, platforms, and shared intelligence systems. The J-20 represents a more centralized development model. It is backed by rapidly expanding domestic aerospace, satellite, and defense integration programs. So the competition is not just military. It is also industrial ecosystem versus industrial ecosystem. One global and distributed. The other centralized and rapidly scaling. Puzzle piece final strategic comparison. So when we compare F-35 versus J-20, we are not comparing two fighter jets. We are comparing two war philosophies. The F-35 represents network dominance, real-time awareness, multi-domain integration, and coordinated warfare. The J-20 represents stealth penetration, long-range strike capability, and surprise engagement strategy. Both are extremely advanced. Both are dangerous. But both are built for different definitions of victory. Rocket Final Truth. Modern fighter jets are no longer independent weapons. They are execution tools inside a massive invisible war system. And that system decides everything. Not speed. Not firepower. Not stealth alone. But information superiority. Because in modern warfare, fighter jets don't decide wars alone anymore. Information does. But before you go, if you enjoyed this comparison and want more deep breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe to VickyPrimeOrbit Bell. We bring AI, military power, future technology, and global comparisons in a cinematic, clear, and powerful storytelling style. Stay connected for more deep analysis like this.